Black Ops 6 had its fair share of problems. There were the hackers, the devs' constant need to bring cartoons into the Call of Duty universe, and of course, good old SBMM. It was to the point that it seemed like only 2 weeks in, and you already couldn't go anywhere without seeing the big "COD is dead" letters plastered all over YouTube, Twitter, whatever else that you absent-mindedly open up whenever the thoughts start creeping back in. But if the 6th Black Ops title truly has been dead for the last 360 days or so, then I'm starting to think that we're a little overdue for an autopsy. And with my semi-professional experience ripping open dead corpses, I think that I may have found the actual root of the real issue with BO6, and its name is Stakeout. So for those who haven't played Black Ops 6, Stakeout is by far the most standout original map in the game, which usually means that it's either really good or really bad. But the thing about Stakeout is, it's both. But also, it's neither at the same time. See, it's a map that the game calls small, but I call microscopic. It's the kind of chaos map that's become all too popular over the last few years. Players come to grind camos, events, and their own prefrontal cortexes into a bloody pulp. Put bluntly, it's the smallest Call of Duty map in history, and that's a bit of a problem. But first, how small exactly is Stakeout? I mean, there have been plenty of small maps in CODs over the years, right? I mean, Nuketown, DOS House, Shipment, those are kind of the big three, at least these days. And trust me, I've shit-talked my fair share of them over the years. But Stakeout is by far, by all metrics, the smallest. And again, I'll get to exactly why that's a problem in a little bit, but just to fully, wrap your head around just how goddamn tiny this thing is. The map is made up entirely of two 700 square foot, one-bedroom apartments jammed together. It's as if they're conjoined hotel rooms whose double-sided door has been blown off the hinges to create one cohesive but yet still cozy floor plan. And by the way, that square footage that I just threw out there is actually correct. I straight up went through the map with the ping system and fully measured this entire thing out, okay? So if that alone didn't earn me a like on this video, or maybe an entry-level position as a property surveyor, then frankly, I just don't know what would. But this is a video game after all. Just throwing out a number like 1,600 square feet or so likely doesn't mean anything to you. Instead, all that really matters, at least for something like this, is exactly how quickly you can cross from one end of the map to the other. So I ran a quick test on Stakeout, as well as those other 3 maps that I mentioned, using only the pistol on the default class in the original game that the map is from, and I just ran from end to end. Now, is it a perfect test? No. Absolutely not, okay? There's one perfect thing in this world, and it is Season 2 of the show Lost. But it's accurate enough for me, at least. And what I was able to find when running that test is that Stakeout easily takes the crown at just over 4.5 seconds, followed in second by Shipment at just over 5.25 seconds, a gap that actually only widens when you take into account full square footage, because Shipment is a perfect square, while Stakeout is actually half as wide as it is long. And then after that, DOS House comes in third with over 6 seconds to cross back in Vanguard, which then leaves us with good old Nuketown, taking a full 13 seconds to run spawn from spawn, which was very surprising to me. That is slower than a lot of Black Ops 6 maps. I'm surprised that this was what we thought was small back in the day. It feels weird, right? I'm pretty sure I'm not there in the B-roll yet. Now, that was a lot of words and math just to say that it is an incredibly tight space, which of course makes every match feel like you're at the airport on Christmas Eve and the TSA is still reeling from the government shutdown. The gameplay loop on Stakeout is insanely simple. You spawn, die, spawn, die, spawn, get a quick 8-kill streak and feel like you're a god, then die 4 times in a row until you end up spawn trapped in one of the 2 bathrooms, hoping that no one else has the runs and will come kick you out, then die, which is actually kind of a shame, because like a surprising amount of modern day Treyarch maps, there's actually a decent amount of little details and small little secrets that you can miss if you aren't paying attention or are even conscious. Like this little vent connecting the bedrooms that in theory you could use tactically and chuck a stun through to get the other team off guard. Not that anyone has ever done that, or the contextual story hidden beneath the whole thing. You know, why are you even here? Which you can actually piece together with things like the whiteboard in the Eastern living room, which maps out a secret infiltration plan using... Wait, hang on. There's a second vent? There's 2 vents on this fucking thing? Or you might miss out on the sick-ass rock music playing in the Western apartment. Is that Alice in Chains? Hold on, I'm gonna Shazam this. Right, like it's either that, or maybe it's like Metallica. Oh, god damn it. There's a 3rd fucking vent? And now, I said earlier that this map is what ruined Black Ops 6. And I guess what I mean by that is Stakeout is a map that, when played, uncovers all of the issues that I and a lot of the core COD community have had specifically with Black Ops 6. It's a map that, combined with the cracked out movement meta, is great at one thing and one thing only: getting you in as many gunfights in as little time as possible. You don't have to think, reposition, reload. It's just gunfight, then on to the next. Gunfight, and on to the next. Deaths don't mean anything anymore, and likewise, kills don't mean anything anymore. There is no good or bad on Stakeout. Everything is just a flat line, like you're numb or dead. Then you have that experience constantly featured in one way or another on the featured playlist tab in a game where most of the post-launch content is locked behind limited time XP grinds, making you, frankly, an idiot to not play it. And then you drop that into a matchmaking system that's been built to make you as engaged as possible, and you have something that I don't even know counts as a game anymore. Now, obviously, Stakeout didn't start any of this. Yeah, I have a whole video talking about how long this has been going on. But Stakeout feels like the straw that broke the camel's back. It's the last spice that was added to the pot before we realized it was boiling around us. The map wasn't built to provide a fun experience for players. It was built to convert them into time cows. It's like the trance that I get into when I scroll on YouTube Shorts or Reddit. It's not a bad way of spending 2 hours, provided that you have the 2 hours to kill. But I don't know, are you actually getting anything out of this experience? Like, no one ever actually wants to scroll, right? No one's putting it down as a hobby on your Tinder. I don't know if this is the most boomer take I've ever fucking had, but that isn't entertaining. I'm not being entertained, I'm being pacified. And so when you create an entire game that's based around that exact same feeling of constant dopamine hits, it just isn't fun, man. So at the time of recording this, Black Ops 7 isn't quite out yet. And it really does seem like they're actually making a lot of really good headway toward combating this in-shitification of COD. But what I just think really sucks is that of all things, Stakeout is going to be the thing that defines this game. Because if you actually wade through all of the bullshit XP grinds and matchmaking algorithms, there actually were some pretty solid, regular-sized maps in here. Skyline, Protocol, Barrage, Hideout, Fugitive. They just released one with a low-gravity chamber in it. Black Ops 6 had what I thought was actually a really fun campaign that felt really thought out and complete, which I know is just the highest bar. Zombies had an incredible year with several maps that I think are real contenders for best of all time. And even though there are some design choices that I still don't like, this is still the best Zombies mode that we've had since like 2015. The camo system here was the best that it ever was. They finally brought back prestige in this game, and they even have a UI that isn't built for smart TVs. I appreciate the new modes that they added, like Ransack and VIP and Pentathlon. Do you guys remember Pentathlon? And overall, this is the most playtime that I've had in a Call of Duty in a while. And that's what makes this so hard. Because even though all of what I just said is true, Black Ops 6 will still go down in the history books as just the game that had Stakeout and gave me a mental illness. And that's just unfortunate, because Stakeout is the kind of map that you can play 200 times and still not realize that there's a fourth fucking vent on this thing. How did I not know about this? Anyway, that's about where I'll end today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Not only this video, but every video this year. I've been treating this one as kind of like the big finale, big send-off to BO6. There's gonna be one additional video coming out before 7 drops, if I finish it in time. I hope that I do. If you've been around the channel for a bit, you know exactly what it is. If you haven't though, you're in for a surprise, I guess. Channel members are listed all around me. Thank you so much for your continued support. If you want to become a channel member, hit that join button. And if you don't, that's cool. I'm gonna go. See you guys in Black Ops 7. Bye.